What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man, Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Man, y'all know what it is. What's up? It's your boy, Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Hey, man, look, I have been trying to make sure that I get the right connection because yesterday, man, let me tell you about yesterday. Y'all not going to understand. We had a very talented singer, songwriter, producer, actor, all of that, Mr. Marc Nelson on from the group As Yet, but you know he's something on his own right now, and he gave us a compelling story about his start, how he got into the business, how he and a lot of people didn't know how he was basically instrumental in getting Boyz II Men in front of Mike Bivins from New Edition, Boyz II Men, in front of New Edition. How he, you know, was out for a second, and then they called him to front the group As Yet. All right, and it's a story, man. And we got to it, and we started getting to the meat of it, and the hour went by. So tonight we decided to go ahead and we call it part 2 because he got more to say. And I think the story exemplifies what we say here at Dope Living TV all the time. We want to tell the journey. We want to make sure that people understand that you got to go through something to get to something else, something better. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Now, right now, he was just on a second ago. Right now, I don't have Gina. I don't have Chris. I don't have Mo. I don't even have now they want to pop on. Okay. Everybody just left me. What, Chris?
You know I ain't leave, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, when wifey call you on video, bro, I'll be like, baby, I gotta jump on now.
Wait a minute, look at this, man. 7:03. Hold on. There go Mo. Oh, yeah, whatever.
Hey,
and look here.
Important
and
stuff.
look, here's Gina come lately. Not Johnny. Here's Gina come lately. You all know that I'm always gonna do that monologue right off the bat, okay? But because yesterday, like I said, we had such a great time, but we didn't have enough time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it?
I know.
It was so hard doing that 2-hour show.
Oh, I mean, but it actually gave me flashbacks. It gave me flashbacks.
That's what I thought about. That's what I thought about.
Yeah, we used to do our shows.
Man,
Yeah,
them 2-hour shows we used to do a long time ago was a mug.
That was every day.
But you gotta realize when we was doing them, because we was doing Fridays too at that time.
Yeah.
So it was 5 days a week.
Yeah.
5 days a week. But you know, with tonight's guest, well, he was on yesterday. We probably need all 10 of those hours just to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? And what he's done.
Yeah.
We could have did the 6-hour show on that.
By itself.
Dude, we can get the telethon on March man, because we've told, and I was talking to him earlier, okay, and he's gonna tell y'all about yourselves in a minute. But I was talking to him earlier, man, and I was telling him we told a lot of people, hey man, we're gonna do part 2s. And part 2 don't really come up all the time. We don't get a chance to do them all the time.
Right.
But we had to do this. We had to do it in succession because the story needs to be heard. It was good, and not necessarily a master class. Okay, we don't want to call it a master class, but this was a journey that can teach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
let
me bring Marco.
That's what I got.
Let me bring Marco. Mark.
What's that? Hold on, pause. Hold on, I want to hear it. Hold on. Just don't. Hold on.
Bruh.
Hold on. When I come up in the building, bro, if I'm waiting, you wait.
Oh, damn.
If I'm waiting, you wait. Okay, don't have me up in here by myself.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Now he told me to say it, just that why. Don't sabotage my interview, okay? Please. I don't need no drama. I just say I don't want the smoke. How y'all doing?
Awesome.
Hey, I don't know. Can y'all hear that noise? Is it me? There's a noise.
I hear it. I would say if it's me.
Yeah, who got the feedback?
I'm gonna mute me real quick.
That's music.
It ain't
Does
you.
somebody have?
So here, let me mute me.
It ain't Greg.
It ain't me.
Hold on one second. Let me mute me again. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. I hear a TV.
Yeah.
It's either Gina or Mo.
Arthur Gina Gaston, please.
It's me?
Mute your mic.
Who over there watching Young and the Restless?
It's a TV.
Who over there watching all my children? Who over there watching all my children? General Hospital.
Trying to busting us all.
Gina over there watching General Hospital.
Yeah.
Point to the person. Point to the person.
It was me.
Yes.
Yeah, General Hospital.
Gina over there watching Platinum.
Sorry about that, y'all.
She on the Platinum channels, man. She on the Platinum channel. Hey, Marc Nelson. Hey, what's that?
No, I was about to say Gina about to get this whole show canceled.
She'll shut it down for copyright.
I don't want to do that, y'all. I don't want to do that.
Let me do this. First of all, Marc, appreciate you coming. Marc Nelson, everybody, instrumental in getting Boys to Men in front of Mike Bivens. Lead singer as yet. All right. One of them called and said he wasn't just the only lead singer, but he's the lead singer as no, they didn't call me. And he's got a lot more that he's doing. All right. And we didn't get a chance to get to it. So today, man, we got to pick up where do we leave off, Chris?
We left off. We pretty much touched on the last thing we touched on was the Blaze situation. So we didn't get a chance. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to touch on the Chocolate Mood album, which was the second album, and Mark My Words, which was the independent album. And then, what he got going on now.
He's talking about
Beyonce, the songs, the writers, the other singers he wrote for, and all of that.
Yeah.
Because my brother got a catalog for show.
Dude, and that's what we were talking earlier, man. I mean, it's hard to when you got a guest like Mark, and I'm not just souping you up, Mark. I mean, it's the truth.
I don't feel that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We gotta get the story out, because once we start listening, anytime you can shut us up and we just sit there and listen, oh man, it's good. It's good.
I appreciate it.
It's very seldom that people get to hear the behind the scenes. All we see is the glamour and the glitter when artists are on stage, but we don't know the backstory. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, I get it. And it's my pleasure to share with whatever. You can ask me whatever. If I'm thinking of something, I'll just chime in and let you know what's going on, because I love telling these stories, honestly.
We appreciate the transparency, bro. So let's get to the Blaze situation, man. Let's rehash that. What happened with that?
He said Blaze, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yesterday I was saying to you that I Tony Grant, I'll give him the credit of coming up with the idea. And then I took it to the next level and got us a development deal, as they called them back in the day, through Sony. Um, and we went in the studio with various producers at the time who were pretty hot. And we recorded some really great stuff. And this was like the very beginning of like, it's how you say, leaking on the internet,
Yeah.
Facebooking. I think it was even MySpacious, stuff like that, where the whole following and the number count was just kind of coming to pass. And through that, we had a deal on the table with J Records, which was a label that was run by Clive Davis. And
Clive Davis, that's right.
yeah, and sadly to say, we had discrepancy in the group, which derailed the whole scene and didn't allow us to take it where we were going with it. And it's funny when I'm thinking about this. I'm loving your statement about just sending a message. I want to send a message to groups. Seriously, I want to send a message to groups.
Please do.
Hey, look, what you gonna tell them? Stay solo, stay single.
Man,
No.
Hey, Mark, I know what you're going to say. I managed group. It's like herding chickens, dude.
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is funny. I never wanted to be a solo artist. I really didn't, because I really loved. No, I didn't want to be one. I
Okay.
loved vibing with other voices. That's why I put Voice to Men together with Nate. And then, as yet, it was great to just deal with the creative side of it, but very challenging when you have different personalities and you don't run your creativeness like the business it's supposed to be. That's the key. You have to put the creative aside and run your creative like the business that it is.
Yeah.
And then you have to, how you say, I'm my brother's keeper. You have to really keep your brother. Because let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The crazy part about, see, when I wasn't with Boyz II Men, I circled back years later, and in 2012, we all came together again for a residency in Las Vegas. And I got to see and experience a very well-oiled machine in Boyz II Men that made me say, wow, see, this is
perfect.
This is how it's supposed to be. This is why this thing is lasting. You know what I'm saying? Because they could argue like cats and dogs. They jumping on that stage like nothing happened.
Yeah, like the business is the
Yeah,
business.
you're saying, and I love that. So then I would try and get back with As Yet a few times, and it just wasn't happening because it's a mentality thing. So that's what happened with Blaze. Blaze was a really great idea that Tony had. I had the power to make it happen. And because of a mindset, it's always, it's just one person who could just derail the whole thing. So you just want to be careful about that.
Yeah, boy.
You got to think like a business. Yeah, man. But
I mean, I know who the person was, but I ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah,
It look like Take say I ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah,
you tell the story, but don't say the name.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to say.
Mark, I'm gonna say this, you don't seem like an arrogant guy, man. But in these groups these 4 men, 5 men groups, you had like, and I'm gonna go way back. You had the Commodores, Lionel Richie left. You know what I'm saying? You had LTD, Jeffrey Osborne left. You had
Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass left.
Does that
my fault,
does that send to the rest of the group? Does that send a message to the rest of the group?
Well, okay, you're asking me in terms of
in terms of you don't seem like an arrogant guy, but you were always the leader, basically. Okay, you may not say it.
Yeah. So let's call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. There's no Drew Hill without Cisco. Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Keep it 100.
It's not gonna happen.
Right.
There's no Silk without Lil G. Gary Jenkins.
Come on.
Not gonna happen. Honestly, there's no 112 without Slim. I'm sorry. It's just really not gonna happen.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
Okay. There's no Boyz II Men without Wanye.
Wanye.
Not gonna happen. It's just the truth, right? So here's the point. is that okay? When I got with Boyz II Men in Vegas, I had to adjust to not being the front guy, the lead guy, or the guy in charge. And I really appreciated that. Nate was that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he had to check me a couple of times, and I had to collect myself. You see what I'm saying? And be like, "Yo, this shit is right." Am I allowed to curse on here?
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just
You know,
don't
it make this makes sense because you're maintaining the survival of your situation. That's what you're doing. You're a business. You're trying to survive, and one slip up out of the organization or the order of things, it can derail an entire career. That's why you don't see As Yet anymore. You just don't see him anymore, right? So I could tell you some really deep stories about the whole As Yet thing. It was bananas. It was ridiculous because why am I going to sit back and be afraid to say, I'm the lead singer of As Yet. Kenny is the lead singer too. But the truth is, everyone says, when you think of As Yet, you think of Marc Nelson. I didn't make that up. I'm not. I didn't make that up. You know what I'm saying? Why you mad at me that I know that? You see what I'm saying? We know that about all the other groups. So why mess your situation up because of, like you said, some ego, arrogance, pride, whatever. I wanted to get with you to survive. I'm on your team. I just so happen to be like the one that everyone knows. So what? But you my dude. Let's get this. Why you hating me? You see what I'm saying? So you're not gonna tell me that I don't have the right to be the position that I am, because when I got with Boyz II Men, I had to play the back. Not to me, I co-create the group and I'm playing the back. That's humility. What you gonna say to me? You're not gonna say anything to me that it's gonna make me not understand the position that you're supposed to play. And groups have a hard time playing their role and getting their money. And then they're crying because they're starving.
Right.
They're starving, wishing to God they could get back on stage, but then jack the whole thing up because they can't control their ego. And it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad. And you know, I used to really be very conscious of being careful of saying what I wanted to truly say, but I don't give a shit no more. It's the real. You know what I'm saying? You like it, you like it, you don't.
Hey,
so what? You see what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Like we said yesterday, man, we too old to hold stuff in now, bro.
Yeah, man. I wish I cared. I really do. I don't.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Mark. Did you see that riff happening in the beginning when you was helping them out with their harmonizing?
No, I saw humility, humbleness, and just a desire to make it. Right. Yeah. And then when I got
No, I was about to say, when y'all got put on, and they brought you in as the fifth member of the group or whatever, and now you're getting the recognition. Do you think it was that type of jealousy that was involved?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. So, and I love this because it's a 1-2 punch here.
Yeah,
I am 1991. I'm devastated. Boyz II Men. I go 91, 92, 93, 94. 4 years of misery. Then I connect with As Yet in 95. When I get with As Yet, I'm half broken and humble as hell and just thanking God I get an opportunity. And it's with Babyface? Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Right? I'm like, what? Are you serious? Stop. When you sign LaFace Records, I can't believe this is happening. So I'm super humble, but I've experienced some shit for 4 years. It wasn't like I wasn't doing anything. I was out there. As Yet never done anything.
Oh, see, God prepared you for that, though.
Thank you. Right.
So you gotta have that preparation. And see, what I always see with you, Mark, is that you wait.
Yeah,
that's very important. And you know, like I'm gonna put you on to something what we had in our groups. The groups that I managed, I started this from the beginning. I said, look, there's gonna be stars. Your time's gonna come, but some didn't want to wait. You know, they want to get right up on front. And like I said, you got to be patient and wait.
Yeah, exactly.
So all of y'all good, but you know, it's gonna be those times when you had that certain record where you get on out there, you're gonna put your shine on.
That's right. So So watch this. I'm signed to LaFace. I get there. The headspace I was in like shock and awe. I cannot believe I'm in Babyface's house right now. I
Oh man.
cannot believe I'm looking over here. He's looking at me. And I'm looking at, I'm looking at, I can't believe that's Baby. And I'm about to sing one of his, I can't believe this. You see what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
Right.
That's where I am. Okay.
Man.
Oh no, these guys, it's their first deal. You know, they signed, they getting put in apartments and flown everywhere. And LA Reid is because this is what LA and Phase do. Boy, they show you too much. Be honest with you, I gotta check these guys. They show you too much before you blow up. That being said, so I'm coming in off of hurt and excitement that I'm sitting here with Babyface, right? So now I have to rehearse with the guys to catch up with the sound, to put me in that sound. And it's a different sound than I'm used to, but I'm learning to merge with this new sound called As Yet, right? And little did they know, LaFace and Babyface specifically, along with Mervyn Warren from Take Six, who did all the arrangements for our stuff, FYI. While I'm merging with their sound, we're in the middle of rehearsal. This is the moment when this shit went left like a mug. Okay, we're in rehearsal, and I get a call, and I pick up the phone. Hello? He's like, "Hey, this Kenny." I was like, "Babyface, call."
Put it on
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so say, I'm not gonna make this longer. I know we're just an hour, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So he says, "I need you to come to the studio." What am I gonna do? Well, I'm not. Oh no, Kenny, I'm rehearsing. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. Get on the
No
plane.
Babyface. No Babyface. No Babyface. I'm rehearsing. What am I gonna do? Okay.
I'm out.
So I tell the guys, I said, Face wants me to come to the studio. So how about that happens all the time? Because when I went to this, let me tell you what happened. When we went to his home studio, we recorded last night. That was the first song we did. Okay. And we had to do the backgrounds first. So when he had me in the booth first, and I'm going, last night I was inside of you last night. And then I knocked him out. And then he had the next guy do his part. And he had the next guy do his part, next guy do his part. And then, but he saw how fast I did mine. So he had me go back in and do their parts.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, chorus.
Stay with me, right? This is important to see because mind you, this is to show the groups what can happen, what does happen, and how you have to just keep yourself. You see what I'm saying? Don't trip over anything. And I was not caring, which I think I made a mistake. If I look in hindsight, I probably could have used my experience and bonded with them and taught them connecting, but I didn't do that because I was so jacked up that I'm here and I'm hurt. You see what I'm saying? So I'm healing, right? Okay. So then Faze calls me in while we're rehearsing, saying I need to come back to the studio. But I thought it was to continue on some other stuff. He got me in there with Tony Braxton.
Man.
Then he's got me in there with Whitney Houston.
What?
Michael Jackson.
What?
Kenny G. Lionel Richie. And Eric Clapton, Stevie Wonder. Like,
man. Man, you can't sleep for a week.
Whoa. Hey, look, that's what I was about to ask. How much sleep did you get?
yo, I'm serious. And I'm sitting here going, this is phenomenal. But what happened was, I know that was the beginning of a slow, subtle envy that I couldn't control. I really couldn't control that. And Face didn't give a damn. He didn't care. He was like, cool. Yeah. I knew that's when it started. So there you go. That's what happened.
So that's the crazy part too, because you worked and knew Babyface before the As Yet situation, though, right?
Say again.
I said you worked with and knew Babyface before the As Yet situation. Right?
Yeah. You see, I was lobbying to work with him, and I met him a couple of times, and then through my boy John Robinson, John got signed to Yab Young, which was the company owned by Tracy
Yep.
Edmonds and Babyface.
Yep.
And he was being signed as a writer. Well, I had just so happened to be writing songs with John before he got signed. And John would play the songs for Babyface that I wrote with him. And then he said, Face called me in. He said, I wanted to meet him because he was like, I love what he's singing. I love what he's doing. So then I realized Face was trying to put me in After 7. I didn't know that at first.
What?
And then, yeah, he sure was. He's trying to put me in After 7.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then,
with his
I
brother.
said, that'd have been dope.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
and
But
T-Bron?
then it came to pass that Ajay came along and he made me the lead singer of that group. Yeah.
That's a story right there.
That's a life experience.
Here's the part as I'm listening. When Babyface called you to come to the studio and you told the guys, and they probably were like, well, why the fuck didn't they call us too? You know?
Yeah. And I'm gonna say it again. You know, because I've said this in other interviews. It's not my fault, but I think I should have known better.
Exactly.
To bond and cater to my brothers, but not kiss somebody's ass, but also at the same time understand, you know. But here's the crazy part. It's just like, again, even though I'm looking at it, bro. I just went through so much before that. I didn't give a shit. I just was like, I'm here for anything and everything. I'm here for you. How you gonna hate me? I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. Like, stop playing with me. You know?
And the crazy part about that, they could have used that experience of you going over there to give them more Babyface time. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo,
yeah,
that's what I was.
We got one of our guys over there. Yeah, we got one of our guys over there working with Babyface.
Yeah.
You know,
I again, man, I guess it's just again, it's a bittersweet pill because we were blowing up. We was on our way. You know what I'm saying? Them records was coming, you know, and I was very excited about it. And plus it was so healing for me because I think I don't know if I shared this with y'all, but like it's funny, I'm gonna say this. For everything I saw Boyz II Men get to do in my psyche, I started to compare notes. Like, okay, Babyface wrote few of their hit records. Well, he wrote my whole CD.
Right.
You know, Boyz II Men did a duet with Mariah Carey. Well, I did a duet with Beyonce. I used to start thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? Right? But it was a healing process. It wasn't an arrogance, it was a healing thing. Yeah, they got sponsored by Nike and he's getting all this, and then all of a sudden Nike signs us and I'm getting hundreds of free shoes and all kinds of, and again, it was just that healing thing of what I didn't get to do at 18, I got to do at 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Touring all over the world and just doing all kinds of wonderful things, you know, thanking God every moment that, you know, he was healing my spirit from what I felt I had missed out on.
Yeah, I got one question for you, big bro. Did you ever get a chance to work with my cousin Sam Salter over at LaFace?
So, you know, yes, and may he rest in peace. I did indirectly. Sam co-wrote 15 Minutes, my record.
We was gonna get to that. That's why I brought it up because I was gonna say, that's why I brought it up. Because that 15 minutes, it reached I think top 3, 4 on the R&B charts.
Yeah, absolutely. It was I think it was number 2, second to Kevin Edmonds, 24/7, I think it was, something like that. I couldn't knock him off. I was so mad. It was,
was dope. Yeah.
Huh?
Sam Salter passed?
Oh, years ago. Yeah.
He passed. It's been at least 8, maybe 9. It might have been longer than that, bro.
Yeah, it's a little longer than that. Yeah, definitely.
I did an interview with Sam Salter a long time ago. I don't know if you ever saw it, Chris. I did an interview with him. It's a shame that these guys go so young. You know, like Jesse Powell, same thing. You know,
that was my dude too, man. Jesse was my boy.
Nice. Jet is what we call him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So Mark, you know, we're there now. Okay, I mean, it's Marc Nelson now. It's no longer Blaze. It's no longer Boyz II Men. It's no longer As Yet. It's Marc Nelson now. So the progression of Marc Nelson, man. What are you doing right now?
So currently, I am in the middle of creating not only new music, new material. I'm also developing a special, almost like the Jamie Foxx special. It's called It's called the Mark Nelson Story. Basically, the show is called, actually, it's called First Boy, Last Man, the Mark Nelson Story. And
First Boy, Last
yeah, First Boy, Last Man, the Mark Nelson Story.
Where'd you get that title from?
Well, I was the first boy of Boys to Men.
Okay.
And yeah, and I'm the last man standing. Something like that.
Okay,
Right. Yeah, so it's and so I'm slated to shoot the special in Chicago. It's where my mother was born in Gary, Indiana, but she grew up in Chicago. So she always talked about Chicago. And so it's more of a like a almost like a theatrical play production, but concertish, like, you know what I'm saying? Where you'll get to experience everything we're sitting here talking about, you know.
Oh,
How I
wow.
began, the situation with Boys to Men, traveling through with As Yet, and then Babyface, to do it with Beyonce, all the records I wrote from Charlie Wilson to Michael McDonald, Brian Culbertson, John B. Tyrese, Boys to Men themselves. And then it'll and what I loved about Jamie Foxx is the inspiration. Now his special is the inspiration, because in this special I get to let it really all hang out, you know, like really share, put people in the experience of the journey of my career. You know, as we, like you said, we're sitting here talking very in detail, but it'll be all production wise, music in the background, lighting, footage of me when I was young with Boyz II Men, and you know, and an As Yet, and all these different photos and stuff. And then it'll cap out with the new material that I have, because the one thing I always wanted to do, you've heard me sing records, yes. You've heard me write, you've seen me write records, yes. But I still have yet to put forth who I am musically, like what I really love to sing, like my total self sound. You know, I was singing other people's songs, and did I write songs too? Yes, but I'm very excited to give the true production of my evolution of me, if you will. And so and I'm really excited to begin starting to develop my own independent films, because went to photography school, film school, and
Great.
yeah, and I'm excited about
I want
starting.
to work with you, Mark. I want to work with you, man. Seriously, I
Yeah,
do
let's do it.
I
Oh,
want to
that's
work
awesome. Yeah, I would love that. I would
But
totally love that.
That's basically what I think needs to happen. Okay, your face pops up a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people, and I'm so glad that we got a chance to do this. Not a lot of people know in depth what you had to go through to get to, you know, where you're at right now.
Yeah, definitely. You know, let me speak on that too. I appreciate you saying it, because a lot of people put out, you know, Mark is like really underrated. And I never really paid attention to ratings in the first place. I always was all about the creative energy, but I didn't understand, and I'm sharing this, something I learned. I didn't understand how important it is to market and promote. I didn't understand how important it is to speak what you do and what you've done and who you are to the
Tell 'em,
world.
bro.
Now, clearly, I knew it all about marketing and promoting for records that I was doing, going to radio stations and record stores when we had them and stuff. But from the beginning of time, when I experienced the thing with Boys to Men through my journey, I always kind of felt suppressed. I suppressed myself and not speak up and say, hey, you know what? I created Boys to Men. Number two, I just got them an Emmy for a cartoon special. You see what I'm saying? I wrote a song for Boys to Men. You know what I'm saying? I am the first person to duet with Beyonce, the Queen Bee herself. I'm the first dude. It wasn't Luther. It wasn't so-and-so. It was Mark Nelson.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Did a duet with Charlie Wilson. You see what I'm saying? I wrote songs for him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've done jazz stuff, you know, and I'm very happy to have that growth now, to understand that that's important, because I used to think, because people were trying to make me think that I was too arrogant and too puffed up, that you don't say what's really going on. This is what made me underrated. It had nothing to do with anything other than that I didn't put myself out there, you know, like we're doing right now. And I encourage everybody who's doing anything, speak, let them know, talk. You know, people want to know, especially in this day and age, they really want to know. And I love that I'm finally letting people know who I am, aside from what accolades they see, that I've done.
And see, at some point after you've spoken on it, you don't have to speak on it no more because the word of
Yeah,
mouth speaks. It'll speak for
yeah,
itself. Your brand,
absolutely,
your persona is going to speak for itself, and you don't have to say
absolutely.
anything. That'll erase that thought in people's mind that you're arrogant because you're talking about yourself.
Yeah,
But you're 100% right, man.
yeah, yeah. You gotta speak, and the other thing is that, like, when I tell these stories, it's exciting for me to share these things. I did this seminar once where I had like 15 young songwriters on a Zoom call. Can't tell you how that warmed my heart. They just was like, really? And what about this? And what about that? And I just had this wealth of knowledge to just share with the youth. I didn't know that, I wasn't thinking about how important that is to pass it on, to
Mm-hmm.
people. So that you just don't know how you're affecting somebody. You really don't know how you're touching somebody's spirit and motivating them to do whatever, because you just don't know. And again, in today's world with all the technology we have to be able, we can talk to anyone in the world right now. This is really, really great. So I'm hoping that this is making a difference.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask him, since we on that subject,
Yeah.
the youth and the music business. Could you drop 3 gems that up and coming artists really need to put
Yeah.
together for them to be
Yeah.
successful? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think the first thing that pops to my mind is be fearless. And trust me
Mhm.
when I tell you, know who you are, be fearless, and step to anybody, any and everybody, like anybody. I stepped to Michael Bivins. I stepped to Babyface
Yeah.
because they are not bigger than God. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
Let's
lying.
go.
God,
Come on, bro.
if I could talk to God every day, I could definitely say something to you.
Amen.
That's a hell of a
Right?
statement right there, bro. That's a
Right?
statement in half.
Yeah. And in saying that, y'all need to know that these Jay-Z's, Babyface, LA Reids, they want you to step to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna step to you. They want you to step to them. Why? Because they want to see the superstar in you. There's a quality in that confidence that you have about who you are, what you do,
If you know
that
what you
they
do.
want you to approach them. So no, don't ever be afraid to step to whoever you desire to speak to. That would be the
Yeah.
first thing.
Net.
And then the second thing is learn an instrument.
Mm.
Learn theory and learn an instrument.
And I
This
think
is so.
that's in any genre of entertainment, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
That instrument, when you learn this, because I learned how to play keyboard. I was a drummer. I
Yeah.
learned how and it just
See,
blew my mind, man.
yeah, my strength in the beginning was lyric and melody. So I could,
Mm-hmm.
I did the vocals, the harmonies, I wrote the lyrics, the songs and stuff. And I limited myself to that and frustrated myself because I didn't know how to play an instrument. So I had all
Right.
this music in my system and in my head, but I didn't know how to put it out there other than through lyric and melody. So I was subjected to I had to work with musicians or producers who did the tracks and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I really was blessed to work with people and enjoyed working with people, but it was super frustrating to not be able to put forth the music that was in my system. So I
Yeah.
picked up the keys. And I tinkered one time, tinkered, and I just kept doing it, and now I play, and then I started to learn theory, and understanding how important it is. Like, no one was gonna tell me about the number system. I didn't know. So
But wasn't
learn
it
an
easier
instrument.
for you? Wasn't it
Huh?
easier for you to learn? Wasn't it easier for you to learn keys since you already knew melodies?
Uh, well, no. So here's the thing. As we know, the instrument is a transformative language
Right.
Meaning you have what's inside of you. Now you have to learn the language of the instrument to be
Right.
able to connect what's in your spirit creatively into the instrument. But you
Mm.
can't do it if you don't learn the language of the
Right.
instrument. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You got to know your chords, like all of them. You have to memorize all of them. You know what I'm saying, right? I didn't know that at first, right? So this is
Right.
why if I'm tink tink and I'm trying to find tink tink tink, is because I don't know the language. But so
Right.
if I'm hearing a chord and I don't know the language, I'm gonna tink forever. So I had to really learn what's a C major chord. You know what I'm saying? What's a D flat major chord? What's a F minor chord? Blah 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 blah. I had to learn these chords, and then all of a sudden, magically, everything I heard, I hear it now in keys and chords, and I know what it is, and I can just go right to boom and play. Oh my God, for real? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah. You just gotta
Hey, look,
patiently.
I'm just glad you didn't say A minor chord. I'm just glad you didn't say
Oh, what up, Drake?
that.
Man,
Okay, what's the third piece?
Was it?
Jim.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. And the third gem, the most important one, in my personal opinion, is to learn everything you can about money.
Come
Learn
on.
The
learn
business of the
everything.
business.
Yeah, learn everything you can about money.
That's 80% of it right there.
Yeah, money, not just your business, money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand money, right? Um, if you're true to your craft, it's really to you about the music or whether it's acting, singing, dance, whatever it is. But for me, it's always been about the creative energy. And it is hell to an artist to have to do something other than what you love to do. It is hell to work a 9 to 5. That is hell on earth for creative people. I don't care what you tell me. That's hell. And I had to do it. But you got to do what you got to do if you're responsible, right? But if you handle your money correctly, then whether there's a dry season, a buy season, you'll always be able to get through and stay doing what you love to do for the rest of your life. But you got to handle your money. You got to know how to handle finances. That's like super, super, super important. And I had to learn that the hard way. But I learned it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta learn it.
What
That's a necessary learn.
Yeah.
One
Definitely
thing that you skipped over, bro. I mean, you said it so nonchalantly that you wrote the theme to Snowy Days, the animation, but you
Yeah.
also got nominated for an Emmy for doing it.
Yeah, well, we won the Emmy. We got nominated 5 times. So we
Uh-huh.
we were nominated. So Boys to Men, while I was with them in Vegas, Nate called me and said, "Hey man, would you feel like writing a song for us because we got this animation for this 50th anniversary for the Black authored book called Snowy Day." And and Amazon picked it up and turned it into a Christmas animated special that was like with actors like Lawrence Fishburne, Regina King, and the Boys to Men had characters in it as well. So yeah, so I wrote the theme song that's played throughout the entire movie TV production called Snowy Day. And yeah, they recorded it, which was awesome. And then it was nominated 5 times for an Emmy and we won one.
That's what's up.
Dope.
Congratulations with
Yeah,
that.
man. Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to do this at the 30-minute mark, but we're talking with singer-songwriter, phenomenal educator of this business.
Thank you.
Mr. Marc Nelson. I used to sing with As Yet, instrumental in
Yep.
making sure Boys to Men got together. Okay?
Yep.
Mark, let me ask you about the
Yeah.
business now.
Mhm.
The music business now is so different. What would you do to change it, or would you change it?
No, I wouldn't change it at all. If anything, I think it's better than it's ever been for creative people.
Create.
Yeah, for creative people. So back in the day, it was a monopoly. The majors controlled the scene,
Yep.
and they said what was going to be on radio, and they said what was going to come out in distribution. So everything was blocked. The thing today is that it really benefits veteran artists like myself in a huge way because we already did the legwork of getting millions of people to know who we are. which is what newcomers have to do. They have to get people to know that they even exist. But the platform today makes it so incredibly easy for them because it's just you and the fan now. There's no middleman blocking your ability to connect with your audience. The only problem is that, which is a benefit in my opinion, is that new people have to be a record label themselves. They have to know everything. Where in my case, it was easier for me because I was just told where to go, where to be, and they invested in me and they did all the marketing and the promoting and flew me all over the world and the distribution system. The only problem with that is we were getting robbed like crazy. Okay. So there was no financial, it wasn't lucrative for artists. And so today you can be your own label, run your own distribution through these distribution. These platforms are great. You can have your own podcast. You can be on podcasts. You can put your music out on all kinds of streaming platforms and stuff like that. You collect your own money. You know, it's so beautiful today. Again, very beneficial for artists like myself because I am skipping over trying to get you to know who I am. More so, you're waiting for me to put something out and then make it happen. Now, what's great is I want new artists to understand that y'all really have it so much better because it was this way then, but it had a different model. It's all about the fan. It's all about cultivating the relationship between you and your fan, the one who supports you. And they're going to support you through and through because they really love you and what you do. And now you have to make sure that you constantly cultivate that relationship. You could do it in so many different ways, whether it's a free song, put their name in your song, whether it's, you know, selling them t-shirts, hats, or whatever. When a person really loves you, they're through and through. They ride or die. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have someone blocking that monetization between you and the fan, because the fan will definitely do it, especially if they feel very connected with you. You know? So no, I really wouldn't change it at all. If anything, it's great.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I hope, son, I hope you listening.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. I want to know. You are doing what?
Huh? I said,
you are doing mentorship. You mentor the youth that want to be in your industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I said I had done a seminar, a Zoom call for songwriters, right? And what I'm looking to do very soon is put together like educational packages that I can help people learn how to write a song. Like Babyface taught me really how to write a song. You see, like I know from the master himself how to write a song, to even how to handle an interview with podcast, to how to walk into a meeting if you're a singer or a songwriter, how to deal with the executive. Like I'll give you a story. So you go in and the A&R, whether he's cocky, humble, whether he wants you, whether he was told you're good and he doesn't know who you are, whatever the case may be, and you walk in that office and he's on the phone. Yeah, you know, such and such and such. Yeah, you know, excellent. Okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. So what do you want to do? I want to sing. Then okay, great. Let me hear your songs. He puts your song, whatever it's like, drives now or computer, and watch what this happens. So he puts it in there, and it's playing dun, 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 bring, and he gets on the phone while your shit is playing. Now you love what you did. You worked really hard, and you're excited for this meeting and this executive. Yeah, no, I get, I don't understand. How did the distribution get late? While your shit is playing. That's hurting you.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's interested in you or not. I know how to help you handle that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I love to help educate people on how to deal with all kinds of, because I've seen everything. I've experienced everything.
I can imagine. Like I said, yours was a journey. Yours is a journey. And it's a good thing to see you not at the end of the journey, but still making that journey manifest itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you got a lot to tell people, and people can learn a lot from you.
Absolutely.
Man.
And let me give you the answer to that scenario, okay? You let them get off the phone. You ask them to stop your song. You ask if they could start it over.
Wow.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
that's
say it
exactly
very
what you.
politely, very kindly, and you just say, "Hey, would you mind starting that over for me?" Now, if they don't want to, if they catch an attitude, or if they start over and they do that shit again, let the song be done. Let them talk their talk. You talk your talk, but recognize that's not going anywhere. That's not anywhere you want to be.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
That's real
not
talk.
listening to you.
They're not listening. No,
Yeah.
they're not interested. And just walk
What
away and
about
be done
these
with it.
360 deals? What do you think about
Oh
those?
God. Here we go.
You know, okay, so there's a give and take in a situation like that. Because if you're no one, and what I mean by no one, please forgive me. Please understand. Let me qualify that no one
Let
statement.
let let's
What
say
that
let's say up and coming instead of no.
when you're up and coming. So forgive me. I don't mean no one. Okay, it's just back in the day statement that would be said. Okay, when you're up and coming, right, and no one knows who you are. Okay, you are dealing with a machine that has the ability to have the world know who you are in mass quantities and faster. Okay. And so if they're putting their machine money behind you, blah, 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 blah. The give and take is they are saying, I would like a piece of all of your pies because I'm one of the reasons why you're even doing it, why you're even being seen in such a mass quantity and as fast as you are. So I think that 360 deals are good to a certain extent, but not
What?
till the end of time. You know,
Uh,
it's a called an even exchange. So they're giving you something to get on. You're giving them something. You're sort of paying them to get you on and seen. And once that happens, um, then you have to have it what we call sunrise clause. It's tapering off. Okay. It's
yeah.
like this
Okay.
year's is $200,000. Next year is 100,000. Next year is 50,000. Next year is 20,000. Next year is 10,000. You're done. That type of thing. So
Well,
it's a good and bad thing, you know, in
it's
some
a good.
Yeah.
It's a good
Because what
thing.
a lot of my fault, Mo. Go ahead.
It's a good thing if you contracted right.
exactly.
So
Very much so.
okay. All right, Gene.
Yeah.
I now I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
It's good if you contract it right, but if you just leave it out there and say, I'm gonna get you forever, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Absolutely.
think about what I say.
Yeah,
What are you
well,
gonna
you got
say,
to look
Chris?
at it this way too. The main reason, not main the main reason, but some of the reason why this Kendrick and Drake is happening right now, because it's time for Drake to re-up, who signed a quote unquote 360 deal with UMG for 400 million. Now he was looking to re-up for more, but now they like, okay, we got to send somebody, and with him going back at Kendrick, brought his sales down. They're gonna be like, no, you're not worth 500 million. You're still
Yeah.
worth. You might be worth 350 right now.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
he was suing UMG because of that same situation. Because it was time for him to re up.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, who else? Jay-Z, Madonna, all of them had 360 deals, but they got the following behind them. You see what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
Jay-Z left Def Jam, he went on the 360 deal to start Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what
I
he
totally
did.
get it.
So
I totally get it.
yeah. So it's a, like you said, it's a good, bad thing depending on your position and where you are.
Absolutely.
Because I always tell people it's 3 levels. It's the up and coming, it's the local fame or region fame, and then it's who you are.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
It
Absolutely.
also
Yeah.
has a lot to do with who's offered a 360 deal too. I mean,
Yep.
if it's boo boo from down at the end of the street, you might not want to take that deal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it's LaFay's Records, hey,
You want
Yeah,
to
well,
take that deal.
I used to always tell artists, it's your name and your brand carries you and feeds you for the rest of your life. Your talent. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I mean, I went through just about every one of them where I got taken, I got robbed. Became a millionaire to another one, but I recognized that no matter what I was going through, my name, like I gotta tell you, it surprises me. People call me a legend. It surprises me. I didn't look at my resume. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
you
paying
are,
attention to all
dude.
the body of work. You appreciate it. I wasn't looking at the body of work. I was just doing the work. And then I told you now I understand marketing and promoting. So I had to look and I was like, damn, I did a lot
I
of
did
work.
that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got one. I got one last question before we get
Yeah, man.
off. We didn't even touch on that.
Yeah.
Outside of music, did you ever think about, getting into acting and all of that? And the only reason I bring that up, I always laugh at the scene in the American Dream when Boys to Men was the tough guys that had to fight Jackie and
Oh
Gary.
yeah. That's funny. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, no. So I have acted in plays.
Okay.
Yeah, in quite a few plays. Jacarius, his plays. I was in two. I think one or two of those.
The bad
Yeah,
boy.
I'm very much so into acting. The thing is, though, at my stage of the game, I'm more interested in making sure that I provide the platform for myself, so I won't have to ask anyone, "Can I act in your this or act in your that?" This is why I did film school and photography school, so I could put my own content together, direct my own stuff, and act in my own stuff. You see what I'm saying? That way, it's almost like my self-made reel. So if you want me, you'll call me and say, "Hey, I want you in this. I want you in that." Yeah.
Well, you got a little brother that helps finance movies and stuff. So I'll keep you in mind. I got you.
My man, I
Everybody
appreciate
else
that.
on here too. I got y'all. I got y'all. We doing a dope living. We're gonna do a dope living movie too.
Yeah.
No, but let me tell you, I also spoke with Mark before the show when everybody else wasn't here on time. And
so what you trying to say? What you trying to say?
And I
wait until he late again, y'all. I'm gonna rub it all in his face.
You already know.
And I like we talked a little bit. Mark is gonna come through. Number one, Mark, thank you for coming to the show. And
it's my pleasure. Thank you.
We still didn't have enough time. I mean, this hour wasn't enough time. I'm telling you, man, y'all don't know. Y'all know how I think, though. But
we need a saga.
Marc Nelson week.
All right. You got to remember.
I know it's possible.
You got to remember we got that 1,000 show coming up too.
We can do any damn thing we want. Okay, so we got to have Marc Nelson. Mark has said whenever we need him, just call him. He said he'll even sit in on some of the shows if we want him to. So
whatever you want
to do. We need you on one of our relationship shows, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's one of my specialties, man. I would love that so much. Yeah. I would love to go in on that.
As long as he don't talk about no darn cuffing season.
Oh man,
what's this? No what?
The cuffing season.
That's my favorite subject.
The what?
Cuffing season.
Oh my God.
So real quick, pretty much every Monday we do like Relationship Mondays, or we do it when we can't come up with a subject to talk about. So it's easy just to do Relationship Monday. But we'll love, like we always say to every guest we have, Dope Living is your home too, bro. Anytime you want to come back.
Absolutely. You know my number, so hit me. I'm for you.
Yep.
I'm totally for you. I appreciate y'all, really.
Oh yeah, no problem.
While y'all, when you guys weren't here and were late, I told them that same thing. I said, "Hey man, anytime this is family now. You good with us, all right? Because we got man, we don't have an opportunity to, and this is another Gina. So when it's time to do a repeat show, when none of us are ready, this will be one of them.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Oh, we have two. We have two.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, Mark just helped us take 48 hours off. So thank you, Mark.
Right.
Our 1,000th show. Okay, you helped us out a lot. Okay, this week. You helped us out. Woo, boy, yes, sir. And I think we're gonna see Mark again, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Mark, is there
anytime, guys.
Today.
Today, listen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Take your time.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. I'm looking forward to getting back out there and performing for the world again. You have no idea. I've been in the lab working on new material, various kinds, and I'm serious when I say invite me anytime. I'm here for you. Okay, all good.
Definitely.
Keep it real.
All right. Are we good?
Go ahead, Mo.
Oh,
Mo, you late and sleep.
No, I'm sorry. Something just came across my phone. I'm sitting up. I'm thinking, why is this Negro?
That's the narcotics.
I'm thinking, why right now? Why are people messing with me right now? No, Mark, man, I enjoyed everything, bro. And the business is the business. And like you said earlier, you know, that part of the, you know, the money part is very important, very, very important, because, you know, a lot of cats win and lose on that right there. And, you know, they let that get in the way of the talent that's coming out their face. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you'd be surprised how many cats just give up because of the money, you know?
Yep. That's very true. Very true. Count your money.
Mark, I got to tell you this too, Mark, okay? Because Mark was like, is that it? Is that it? Mark, we got to, this is the celebration part. We got to give you your props on at the end of the show. We got to celebrate you, okay?
Thank
Chris is on you.
Man, I mean, you know, Mark already know I tell him all the time, man. Like he's one of the people I can call when I need music advice, when I need women advice, when I need to make it to my girl and be like, yo, Mark, sing to her real quick.
Hey, Chris.
Man. Yeah, no, man. Like I said, man, I've been knowing Mark for a while, man. Like the conversation we had today is the conversation like in 2013 we used to have in front of Gallery nightclub, bro. He'd be like, yo, I'm coming with a bunch of people. I was like, just hit me when you get to the front, bro. Every time. Yeah, man. This is just a private conversation that just became public with the family. So, man, thank you again, big bro, for coming through.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure.
Yeah. Listen, I just want to tell everybody, when you want to go into a certain industry, you talk to professionals like Mark, the ones who've already went through the ups and downs, the bumps. They've already paved the way. So he's the person you want to talk to. You want to get into this industry. You need to go to these people who have the experience and mimic what they do. Hey, if he, you know, paved the way and went to the top, it's got to be something in there that you want to learn about. Talk to him. Mark, if you are in our area in November 9th, we have the Distinguished Authors Guild. We celebrate authors for their hard work, and we have a celebration that's out of this world. This will be year number 6, and we welcome you to come. We would love for you to join us. It's beautiful, and we just, you know, we have a good time, and we make sure that we give authors all the accolades.
I appreciate it. Give me the information, and I'll definitely see what I can do. Definitely. I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Brother Mark, it's my turn. So look, man, you know, you are, you know, don't sell yourself short. You are a legend. You've been around. You've done a lot in this industry. And again, they haven't given you the credit that you deserve. You've done so much for people that couldn't do for themselves, and you've pushed them. Sometimes you've pushed them ahead of yourself. All right, as we've learned in your journey. All right, and your journey is continuing. Your journey is still going on, and it doesn't make a difference of how old you are or how old any of us are. We still have to continue our journey. He's a perfect example of what we exemplify on this show, Dope Living TV, of going through to get to. All right. And taking small steps and leaving huge footprints is the whole thing of dope living. All right, we go into the door. We're leaving small steps. All right. By the time we work the room, we left huge footprints, and we don't have to say nothing else. It's done. Now everybody wants us. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely celebrating Mr. Marc Nelson because of everything that he's done, and for coming on the show and giving us a portion of his life, giving us a glimpse of his life. We still need a couple of more hours, but you know, we get them in. We're gonna get them in, all right?
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, as Chris said, man, your family, you need us. We're here, and you know, when you tell us, you know, you can call, we can call you, and we can do this and that. We're gonna do it.
Yeah. So call me. I got you. I've totally got you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
All right. So tomorrow, I won't be here. All right. I don't know if the family gonna be there, you know, because they're always
we're gonna be here. We're gonna talk bad about you. We're gonna be here.
That's right. We're gonna throw him under the bus and back it up.
Mark, you might want to come on tomorrow and take my spot.
I wish I could.
Don't let them talk about me, man. Okay. But real quick, man.
Yo, this is Tony Terry, and you're watching Dope Living TV.
I don't know nothing about us, all right? But to celebrate to celebrate Mr. Marc Nelson, man. We got this final word.
Yes, Randy Watson. That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
Good tell.
Hey,
Yes, Randy Watson. That boy is good.
terrible. See, every time you do that, it always play twice. Every time you put it up, it always
Oh
play
my
twice.
God.
You know what?
Hey, I got one request before we leave. Hey, Mark, we're gonna need a drop from you, big bro,
Yeah, you
so
got
we can
it.
run it with
Absolutely.
everybody else. Most definitely.
Absolutely. Let me know when you're ready.
Send that to me, man, and I'll put that in the rest of them. And just yeah, hey, look, whenever I'm eating breakfast, whenever I'm eating lunch, whenever I think of her, instead of thinking of her, I think of Dope Living. You know, whatever you want to say, man.
All right.
Yeah.
You got it.
Put it out there. Thanks,
got
Mark.
He just chopped that all up.
Right.
Y'all have a good one, okay? Thank you so much.
You too, brother.
TV
There
Live.
you
Right.
All right. Yeah.